Well, welcome to the Cluster API Provider GCP office hours on the 4th of July 2024. Just a reminder that we abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct. This basically means just be nice to each other. If there's anything you'd like on the agenda, please add that to the agenda, but also list yourselves as the attendees, which you have already done, since there's only 3 of us. Normally we use the raise hand feature if you want to speak, but again, as there's only 3 of us, we can just jump in and talk. So let's just do, if there's any topics there that anyone would like to do. So let me just add one for myself. Cool. Does anyone else want to add anything to the agenda? Cool. Okie dokie. Let's sorry, that's really stuck in my head, the okie dokie, if anyone's watched Fallout. But anyway, let's move on. So there's no new members or attendees, so we can go over that. Any sub-project updates? None listed. I guess we could look at test grid. Although if I'm honest, it's been a while since I looked at test grid. Do we have a project board? I'm sure we do we? Once. I do. Let's have a look. Negatory, we do not have a project board, so we can carry on from there. So I had one agenda item, which was how do we get more people involved and how do we move people up the contributor ladder to become reviewers and maintainers? Because I've certainly been away for 5 weeks and not done anything on the project. And I know other people struggle with the time. So yeah, I guess, any ideas how we do this? I guess a direct question to you, Carlos and Jayesh. How would you feel about moving up the ladder to become reviewers and maintainers?
I think we can increase the frequency of our office hours. I see right now we are doing once a month, I guess, the first Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
If we can have like twice a month, so that's what I feel. But I want to hear what you folks think.
Yeah, I think perhaps that's a good idea to get people like more involved with the project. Maybe the fact that we don't meet that often makes people like more disconnected about what's happening. And even so, now with only one meeting a month, I think if someone has something else and they cannot attend the meeting, it's like they lost the track of what we were doing for 1 month and they have to wait for the next month. Maybe if we do it twice a month, at least we have like one more chance to meet every month. So I guess that's good as well. And on your topic, Richard, so I think in the last meeting that we had, Brennan, who, yeah, I think he's in the US, so probably that's why he didn't join today. But he also was suggesting that we could discuss this, the fact that maybe there could be some kind of path to becoming a reviewer or something like increasing the amount of reviewers that the project has. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Let me just put that as well, so we capture that. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
and I guess it's also related to having more people who have the rights to host the meeting and to like, I mean, I know that anyone can host the meeting actually, but like being um, having the rights to actually be like, I don't know what's the term that we use, like the administrator of the meeting or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess traditionally it was always assumed that maintainers of any of the sub projects would own the key, well, have access to the key, and then if someone else wanted to host a meeting, that they would then make them the host for the meeting. That was always the assumption, but the reality is, I know the other Carlos, this Carlos here, would struggle with this time, and I haven't seen Dim's in the project for quite some time. So yeah, maybe if we could relax that a bit and just make some people reviewers and then give them the key as well, so at least it distributes it a bit more. Would that help? I think it probably would.
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, I don't know specifically what the like. I don't know if there are some specific uh, rules for at the project level for who can be a reviewer, or if there are some things that you need to accomplish in order to be a reviewer, or I don't know if that's something that it's just an agreement that the current reviewers or maintainers, or if there's
Yeah,
some kind of
there is
rule book or something.
guidance. Yeah, there is guidance from the Kubernetes project. Let me go for it via. I always forget the link. So if I go here, I go by the AWS one because I know that we have it there. I don't know if I was talking about this a bit earlier on today. So yeah, if I go here, so actually in the Kubernetes, as a whole project, they have this guidance about the different levels in the ladder and the I guess the requirements and responsibilities at each of those. So if we go down and look at the reviewer, so they normally say, well, you have all these things, these are the requirements, sort of review at least 5 PRs, etc., knowledgeable about it. And then they also say about the expectations, your responsibilities as a reviewer, then, and then the same for approver, which is in the CAPI world. That's think of that as maintainer, and again, it has some sort of requirements. I don't think necessarily we had to strictly adhere to them, so we could relax them a little bit if someone's put some effort
Okay.
in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm asking because I would be happy to like start the path forward and offer to be a reviewer, but honestly, I haven't been as involved as I probably would have required to be in the last few weeks. So I, at least I'm only talking about myself, but if we have a way forward and we can actually think that someone like, I don't know, Jais and I can become reviewers, I would be more than happy and I would be willing to, yeah, basically fulfill all the requirements.
Yeah. Well, if you want to capture this, the definition is yeah, because you need people, don't you? You need more people, like most projects do, don't you? to be reviewing, to be maintained, so it doesn't fall on a few. Cool. So I think we should push for, I guess, Damiano as well, because he's a reviewer already, isn't he?
Yeah, I actually think he's probably one of the main contributors to the project right now, I'd say.
Yeah.
He seems like the one that is more involved recently, I think.
Yeah. Cool. Let's try and take that as an action, shall we? I mean, I don't know. We don't have a section, do we? I guess on the other question, Jason, Carlos, if we move to twice a month, do you think it would be better if we just sort of adopted the Kappa approach, which is meetings every 2 weeks, instead of, I guess, trying to work out when the first Thursday of the month is, and then doing another one 2 weeks later?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that works. Yeah.
I
Maybe
think you're
this
right.
is some.
Go on, Carlos.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe this is something that we could ask in this Slack channel just to be aligned with everyone else.
Yeah, maybe we can do a poll in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a +1 from me, but I guess it's good that we involved other contributors.
We think what, every 2 weeks. Action. Oh. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. Sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? Nice. Cool. Any more thoughts on this topic?
Not from me.
Not from my side.
Well, I appreciate the input. So that is the end of the agenda. So I guess unless there is any last minute, that's better. If there's any last minute topics for discussion, we could call the meeting to an end if there isn't. Cool. Well, I shall pause the recording. We can follow up on the action items in the channel, and then we can see about meeting, I guess, again in 2 weeks' time. So that'll be what, at the 18th, potentially, if everyone agrees.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea about increasing the frequency. Just gives people more touch points. So yeah, that's a good idea. Brilliant. Cool. Was good to chat, and I will speak to you soon. Let me just
Yeah.
stop.